Welcome back to Real Fitness. I am Coach Lucho giving you another stretching session here. And today's focus is going to be on the stuff that people really don't focus on. It's the calves, the wrists, the forearms, and then the neck. So we're going to work from the outside of those end parts and then work our way to the center. So we're going to do some calves, some forearms, some lower back, some shoulder rotation, and then we're going to finish off with some neck. All right, so let's get started. So we're going to start on the floor, and if you can, you could grab a towel, a rope, anything that has length you could wrap around so that we could use this as a tool to assist us in stretching. All right, so what I'm going to do for us right now is we're going to start off with our right leg out forward, left leg folded in, and we're going to grab whatever you can. If you got a towel, great. Anything you could grab that's going to loop around. I'm going to loop this around the ball of my foot. If you can see that, I'm going to aim it here. So you want to go right across the ball of your foot. And then you're going to lay it down here, have that leg nice and straight. And what we're going to do here is we're going to hinge from our hips, keeping our spine nice and straight, and you're going to pull the ball towards you. So you're stretching the calf muscles right now as you're pulling the toes towards you. And then what you want to do once you're here is you want to just calmly inhale and exhale. And as you exhale, try not to fight what you're feeling when you're feeling that tightness. Don't fight it. Try to surrender to it as you're doing your exhale breathing. So you inhale, and then exhale is the opportunity to relax and let go. And I would say a good 5 big inhales and exhales, and then we'll switch over to our left. So right now we're working on our right. And I can feel that nice pull behind my leg. You're also gonna feel it between the upper portion where the joint ends here. You're gonna feel it under a little bit of the hamstrings, and you're definitely gonna feel it right on the top portion of your calves. All right, so that's good right there. So now I'm just gonna rotate it to loosen it up. And now I'm gonna extend my left and then fold my right in, and now put the band or towel right across the ball of the foot. Grab as much as you can. Make sure you keep that spine nice and straight, and then start pulling the toes towards you. And remember, 5 inhales, 5 exhales. And each breathing inhale, exhale is a great opportunity to get better at relaxing those tight areas in whatever body part you have. So it's not just for the calves, the breathing is for any part of the body. Almost there. Okay, so now I want to relax it, loosen it up. Now rotate it, just to give it a little bit of looseness. All right, so we just got the bigger portion of your calves. Now we're gonna go for a soleus, which is this area right here. And what we're gonna do here, and I'll start with my left, since that's the camera where it's facing. I'm gonna pull back my heels as close as I can to my glutes, the lower part of my glutes. And I'm gonna raise my toes up, and I'm gonna put my left hand, I'm gonna put the heel part of the palm right in front of the toes. So I'm gonna stretch the toes back, and I'm gonna put my fingers where the ball of the foot is, and then pull that towards me. And you'll feel a nice little pull in this area right here. Let me see if I can just point it out right there. Same thing, wanna breathe. Good. We forget how tight these areas get. And sometimes when we don't stretch this, we feel pain in our knees and in our quadriceps. So sometimes it's good to stretch all the way to the toes area. Almost there. All right, so now I want to switch. Now go to my right foot, pull my heels as close as I can. All right, heel behind the toe fingers and fingers behind in front of the ball, and then pull back. Takes me on my Second exhale to really let go of that tension. And then just surrender to it and just let it stretch. Feel that stretch on your exhale. We're getting close. Okay, so now I'm gonna relax, just shake it up a little bit. All right, so now we've got pretty much everything behind the calf. So now we're gonna go in front and go for the tibialis area, which is right here. These are your tibialis. On the outside, from where your bone is centered, it's the outside muscle. So for that one, what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna turn my back here real quick. So you wanna lay your instep flat. And you see how my heels are going out? You wanna center those heels. You wanna try to keep it centered, and then you're gonna hinge your hips down, and you're gonna kind of sit on top of those heels. With your hands, what you could do with your hands is you could push inside from the outside of your heels, push on the inside, and then slowly drop your weight heavier on it, and then you'll feel, I'm gonna turn around here now, and then what you'll feel is that nice pull on your tibialis. And then just hold it there and breathe. And if it's very tight, lean forward to take off pressure. But hold it as far as you can. Whew. All right, so once you're done with your 5 inhale, exhale, from there what we're gonna do is we're gonna start working on our forearms and wrist. Now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna lay the back of the hand flat down with the fingers pointing to your knees. All right, just like this. And then try to not bend the elbow. Keep the elbows nice and straight. And then what you're gonna do here is you're gonna leverage your whole arm going back. Try not to let the back of the hand lift off. Keep it flat. So just go as far as the body tells you to by the pulling sensation on the extensors of your forearms. And then what you want to do here is you want to lean to your left slowly. And then lean to your right. So you're going back and forth, side to side, slowly, so you could get a little bit of all the angle in your forearm. You can even do a little rotation. So I'm going to do about 3 rotations going in one direction, and then I'm going to reverse it in the other direction. So from right here, now I'm going to reverse it, going in the other opposing direction, and go very slowly. Don't rush this. It's a very painful stretch, especially if you're using the computer a lot. That's where you're really going to feel it, because there's a lot of tightness that builds up when you're sitting down, frozen, and just wiggling your fingers to the keypad. All right, I'm gonna release slowly and just shake it up. Just shake it up a little bit, just like that. All right, and then just do a little circular motion to get that blood flow again. All right, so now we got this portion done. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go now for the back portion of the forearms. So what we're gonna do now, so now you're gonna rotate your palms out, and then you're gonna drop your fingers aiming at your knees, and then drop the heel palm flat. And then from right here, what we're gonna do is keep the elbows locked and now leverage yourself back so you can start feeling that stretch. And just hold it there. Start to inhale, exhale. And then we'll do that same side to side movement. So I'm gonna go to my left, and I slowly shift over to my right, and then back to my left. And then what I'm gonna do, now I'm going to my right, and then what I'm gonna do now is start to rotate. Start to rotate in one direction. We'll do about 3 rotations, and then we'll reverse it to the opposing direction. And there's 3. Now I'm gonna a reverse rotation. Here comes my last rotation. All right. And then we shake it up again. Now, if that was a little bit too intense, there's also this. We could do this. I'm gonna sit down doing this one. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna put your hands in front of your fingers. This is my left arm, my right hand covering the fingers of my left hand. And then from right here, I'm gonna pull down my fingers and extend my arms forward, parallel to the floor. So don't aim down, aim high. And then I'm gonna just rotate and extend. Bend the elbows, rotate, and extend. Do about like maybe 3, 5, whatever you feel fit. Okay, so that's a good right there. So we do about, I did about 4, just fine for me because I just did the floor work. And then I just shake it up. And then to get the front of the forearms, what I'm gonna do is bend my elbows, keep it close to the side, and then I'm gonna raise my forearm up, and I'm gonna fold my wrists and hands down, and then with my right palm, I'm gonna put pressure on my left back of the hand knuckles, right here. And I'm just gonna press it down, and then you determine the pressure. You determine how much force you wanna press down. And then just from here, you just inhale, exhale. Just feel that nice stretch going in your wrist area. All right, so now I loosen it up, shake it up. Now I'm gonna switch it over to my right. So here's my left hand covering my right fingers on my right hand, elbows tucked in. And then from here, we're gonna extend forward, pulling back on the fingers, feeling that stretch, and then bending the elbows and into a rotation. Do one more, then we'll switch to my opposing side. Okay, so now shake that up. So now elbows bent, elbows to the side, forearm up, bend your right hand wrist, and then my left palm, the back of the knuckle of the right hand, pressing down pressure. And then just inhale, exhale. Feel that press. Okay, and then we shake that up. So now we got our calves and our wrists and forearms. So now we're gonna go work our way on the inside. So now what we're gonna do right now is gonna work on my lower back. I'm gonna lay flat down. I'm gonna extend my arms out with a slight bend on my elbows, and I'm gonna start with my right leg, lifting it above and over my left leg, and trying to reach my left arm. So from right here we go. So I'm lifting my right leg, swinging it all the way as high as I can to reach my left hand, and return to a neutral position, and then switch over to left to right side. And we'll do about 5 on each side. Exhale when you reach, inhale when you're in the center, then lift, stretch, exhale. I think that's 2 and 2. We got 2 more on each side. We got 1 more on each side. All right, so now we just got our lower back, lower lumbar area. So now we're gonna go for the thoracic part, which is a little bit higher from your lumbar area, and we're gonna stay on the same side. What we're gonna do here is, let me just move this band out of the way. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna stay here, and now I'm gonna bend my right knee up, and then I'm going to lift my upper body up, because I'm gonna switch my left hand and bring it all the way to my right side, and then lift my right hand arm up, and then rotate it all the way to my left side. Try to keep the knee that's bent from coming off the floor, so you can maximize that stretch, and this is how you gauge, and you can see how tight you are. If you can reach it all the way and touch the floor, then you're in the right path. All right, so now I'm gonna rotate. So now my left knee bends up, My right goes to my left side and my left goes to my right. And remember, this is the exhale part. We go back to neutral to inhale and we switch. And 5 and 5. Also, here's a tip too. If you feel like you have no control of this bobbing, you could put one hand on the knee so you can hold yourself and anchor yourself down as you rotate. There's your tip. So we got about 3 left on each side. And if you hear popping, that's a good sign that it's working. 2 more on each side. One more. And I think we got the last part right here. Here it is. The last one, I almost lost count there. Okay. So now we're still gonna stay stomach down because what we're gonna do here now, we're gonna push ourselves up into a plank, and we're gonna make sure that our fingers and our toes are flexed. And what we're gonna do here now is we're gonna walk our hands to our feet, lift our hips up high, feel that stretch behind the leg, and then once you got close enough where your feet is flat, I want you to keep your head down and then slowly roll one vertebrae at a time. The head should be the last thing to come up. You feel that nice relaxing stretch. We're gonna do this 3 more times, so 4 total. So we're gonna roll again, roll our heads down, roll our spine into a ball, and then reach the ground. Try to keep your legs nice and long so you can feel that nice hinge stretch, and then walk out to a plank, and then dip your hips down without landing, and then reverse it coming back up. Walk your hands back to your toes, keep your hands down, and then roll yourselves down, roll yourself up. Here we go, that's 2. Reverse it, roll back down. Contact to the floor, walk it out. Dipping our hip down, lifting and hinging our hips up again, walking to our toes. Roll yourself nice and slow. Remember, every rep is a good opportunity to perfect this technique. And reverse it again. We got, I think this is our last, no, second to our last one. All right, we got 1 more. Here it is. Whew. That's very relaxing. All right, so now we got that. We're almost done. All right, so now we got everything. We got our center. So now let's do our shoulder mobility. Very simple. We're gonna just keep our arms straight. And from here, we're just gonna bring our arms forward, bring them as high as we can, pushing out our shoulders off, and then stretching it back. And we continue the rotation. We're gonna do about 4 rotation, and we're gonna reverse the rotation. There we go, that's 2. So I inhale here, then I exhale where it gets tight, so I can open up my chest more and reach my arms further back. That's 2. It's 3. That's 4. Now let's reverse it. So now we're gonna go back. Inhale, exhale, arms forward, drop it down to inhale, then exhale. 2 more to go. Last one. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna have that right hand going out, bringing it across to your left side, palm, press on that elbow. When you press on that elbow, that's when you're gonna leverage that stretch. Don't press it on the forearm, don't press it on the arm. Press it on the joint, and that's how you're gonna get that nice cross stretch on your shoulder. And just inhale, exhale. One more inhale, exhale. That was about 4, but you can add another if you like. All right, so now left arm goes out from the left side, going across over to the right side. Palm pressing on that elbow. Feel that stretch, start the breathing. And try to keep that arm straight, don't let it bend. When you bend, you take away from that stretch. So make sure that arm is nice and long. All right, let's loosen it up. We got one more shoulder stretch. This time we're gonna bring our arms up, bend it from the elbows. We're gonna have like a goalpost type of positioning. If you can see, it's like kind of flexing, but not doing this. We're just gonna stay right there, nice perpendicular. And then from right here, you're gonna make a fist, and then we're gonna start with your left arm pivoting down. But before we do that, just make sure that elbow to elbow has a nice straight across line. Don't have it crooked. And then we're gonna start pivoting, twisting it, and then you're gonna twist the opposing arm in the other direction. You're gonna feel a little burning sensation on the shoulder. That's part of the deal here. So feel that. And then we're gonna pivot, switch to the other side. We're gonna pivot it one more time on each side. I do about 2 inhales, exhales per side, and then I'll pivot. Here we go again, last one. All right, whew. And then you shake it up, shake up. Let that blood flow out of there. All right, so now last part, we're gonna start our neck. So after doing all the stretches from your toes all the way to the shoulders, it's gonna help loosen up a lot of the stretch muscles in your neck, and you're gonna see how much easier it is if you would have done it before and after. It's a different sensation when you start from your bottom versus when you start from the top. All right, so now we're gonna stand tall. Make sure hands to the side. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start pivoting our heads all the way to the right, and we're trying to look over the shoulder. Try not to creep up the shoulders up. Try to relax them as you're twisting. And we're just gonna hold it here for about 20 seconds, 25 seconds, and use your eyeballs. Your eyeballs are gonna help you direct the twist. If you start seeing stars, then you're really making an effort to twist, but don't go overboard. All right, now I'm gonna start pivoting all the way to my left side. My eyeballs are gonna continue to twist, and it helps the direction. I actually feel that I can do more of the twisting because everything else is loose, making the neck, all the muscles connected to the neck muscles a lot looser. All right, back to neutral. So now what we're gonna do here, and I'm gonna pivot right here so you can see how I'm gonna pivot my head down. When you pivot, do not lean forward to drop down. What you're gonna do here is you're gonna keep the neck long, and you're just gonna rotate down where you're kind of looking on top of your chest. And just hold it there. Inhale, exhale. All right, and now I'm just gonna face the camera here, and now we're gonna face up. Now, inside your mouth, if your lips are closed but your mouth is open, try to make sure that your mouth is and your teeth are just touching each other, so you can feel more of that stretch here. All right, back to neutral. And now, with your right hand, you're gonna go over to your left curvature of your cranium, of your left side of your head, which is right here. And then what you're gonna do here is you're gonna pivot and right ear to right shoulder. And then if you want to intensify this stretch, your left arm, have it extended with your rotation of your palm out, and that will increase that stretch sensation. And there's about 20 seconds. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the placement of my palm, kind of like behind the corner curvature of my head, and then I'm going to kind of pivot where I'm going to look on top of my right chest. And then you'll feel a direction change and stretch behind your neck. And relax, back to neutral. All right, now we're gonna switch sides. So now left hand goes on the opposing right side, placing it right where the curvature starts. And now I wanna pivot over left ear to left shoulders, and I'm gonna have my right hand extended, palms out, hold it there. Okay, now I'm going to change direction, move my hands a little bit behind the curvature from behind the head, and now rotate and face down, looking on top of my left top chest. All right, slowly let it go back to neutral. All right, we're shaking it up. And now we're gonna finish off with rotation. So now what we're gonna do here, we're gonna start facing down first and then roll our heads all the way around, all the way back, all the way to the side, back to neutral, and one more rotation. All right, that was 2 rotations. Now we're gonna reverse it in the opposing direction. What's different about starting or finishing off with the neck after you stretch everything out is that you kind of loosen everything, where it makes it a lot easier for the neck to stretch even more effectively. And there we go. Woo. So now we're pretty much done. Thank you for today. We'll see you on the next one. I hope you got something out of this, and we'll give you some more information and some more techniques on the following episode. Till then, good day.